Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to yours and mine Cozy Corner. My name is Amanda, and on this channel, we talk about books, and more books. Hey, friends, I am back. I am back with my handy dandy notes as usual, and with part five of the 5 for 10 or less series. And this is a series where I introduce 5 books that cost no more than $10 from various Goodwill store. So I'm not going to hold you too long. The first book that I have is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hopkins. And again, I think last time I did better with the lighting, even though I have it dim, placing the book on this side. Now you can see that this book here is definitely worn. The pages itself, now I have some annotation going on in here on this book, but the pages themselves, they look really good. It's just that outside jacket that is a little weathered. But other than that, the book looks really good. So I'll tell you a little bit about The Girl on the Train. This is a contemporary adult mystery suspense thriller type of book. And we have the main character, Rachel. So Rachel catches the same train every morning. She's even started to feel like she knows the people who live in one of the houses. Jess and Jason, she calls them. Their life, as she sees it, is perfect. If only Rachel could be that happy. And then she sees something shocking. It's only a minute until the train moves on, but it's enough. Now everything's changed. Now Rachel has a chance to become a part of the lives she's only watched from afar. Rachel goes to the police, but is she really as unreliable as they say? Soon she is deeply entangled, not only in the investigation, but in the lives of everyone involved. Has she done more harm than good? I have already read this book and I have a video. I can't remember which wrap up video. It's October or November. Either way, I'll link it below. Really, really good book. I believe I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, the second book that we have is The Shack by William Paul Young. Okay, this right here, I believe that I did that when I was cleaning the book and getting the sticker off. The only thing that I could say that's wrong with this book, or not really anything wrong with it, is that the pages have changed color over time. But outside of that, this book is in good condition as well. So, The Shack. This is a Christian inspirational novel that's, based on faith. And the synopsis is we have Missy, who has been abducted during a family vacation, and evidence that she may have been brutally is found in an abandoned shack deep in the Oregon wilderness. 4 years later, in the midst of his great sadness, Mac, her father, receives a suspicious note, apparently from God, inviting him back to the shack for a weekend. Against his better judgment, he arrives at the shack on a wintry afternoon and walks back into his darkest nightmare. What he finds there would change his world forever. So, this book I have read as well, and it is, oh, I remember both of them are in the November wrap up. So you can check that out. This book I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the next book that we have is The Fourth Child by Jessica Winter. And guys, this looks like a brand new book. Okay. Um, Marking, but again, we have established those markings come on a lot of books. The pages, it's just maybe a couple of pages that are warped here. That could have been from me cleaning the book. And I'm going to say it probably is because everything else about this book is absolutely perfect. So with this book, this is a contemporary fictional novel. It deals with religion, family, and coming of age. So we have Jane, who is this book smart, devout Catholic young lady that becomes pregnant in high school. By her early 20s, she is raising three children in the suburbs with her husband. As her children are growing older and more independent, Jane is overcome by a spiritual and intellectual restlessness that leads her to become involved with a local pro life group. Then she feels called to adopt a little girl from Eastern Europe. But this is a difficult child who was deprived of a loving caregiver in infancy. Because of this, she remains unattached to her new parents. As Jane becomes consumed with chasing therapies that might help her adopted daughter, her relationship with her family, especially her older daughter Lauren, begin to fray. Feeling estranged from her mother and unsettled in her new high school, Lauren begins to discover the power of her own creativity and sexuality. But when Lauren is confronted with the limits of her youth and independence, Jane is thrown into an emotional crisis, forced to reconcile her principles and faith with her determination to keep her daughter safe. Now, this book is one that I am currently reading, so it will be in the December wrap up. Okay, guys, book number four. We have To Love and Let Go by Rachel Braithen. All right. Book looks fairly good. All right. Um, with this book, I don't know what made me pick this book up because had I seen this book like in the store, just a regular store, I probably would not even pick it up at all, not even to look at it. So I don't know what made me pick it up at the Goodwill, but I'm glad I did because the synopsis here sounds like something that will be an interesting read. So this is a nonfiction autobiographic book. So this is a memoir of love, loss, and gratitude. While on her way to teach a yoga retreat in March 2014, Rachel collapsed at an airport. She is rushed to the hospital and hours later forced to undergo surgery. When she wakes up from anesthesia, her boyfriend is weeping at her bedside. While Rachel was struck down with seemingly mysterious pain, her best friend Andrea sustained fatal injuries as a result of a car accident. Over the 3 years following Andrea's death, at what might appear from the outside to be the happiest time, with her engagement to the man she loves and a blossoming career that takes her all over the world, Rachel faces a series of trials that have the potential to define her life. Unresolved grief and trauma from her childhood make the weight of her sadness unbearable. At each turn, she is confronted again and again, and with a will, she lose it all, succumb to grief, and grasp for control that's beyond her reach? Or can she move through the loss and let go? Um, Again, I'm not really certain what made me pick this book up, but I think it's definitely going to be a good read. Okay, the last book on the list we have, guys, is Skeleton Creek by Patrick Carman. And I have to tell you, I picked this book up because I just thought this was the coolest looking thing. It looks like a VHS tape. Um, I know they don't make those probably anymore, but that's what I had back in my day. So I just thought this was so cool. So you have this cover here. Like I said, it looks like a VHS. And then here you have a journal. Okay. This is just about the coolest thing ever. Now I know that this is, like a young adult, or shoot, it may even be middle school grade. I don't know, but I just had to get it because I thought it was just really cute. So anyway, synopsis. Oh, definitely YA. This is a YA horror mystery thriller book, and so strange things are happening in Skeleton Creek, and Ryan and Sarah are trying to get to the heart of it. But after an eerie accident leaves Ryan housebound and forbidden to see Sarah, their investigation takes two tracks. Ryan records everything in his journal while Sarah uses her video cam to search things out and then email the clips for Ryan to see. Together, they discover the past is dangerous, the present is haunted, and the future is deadly. Okay, guys, so that is part 5 of the 5 for 10 or less series. Let me know if you found any of these books to be interesting to you. If so, just put it in the comments. And you know what I need for you to do. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and can't wait to talk with you next time. Bye.